Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. Can you imagine that? A king arriving on a humble donkey. The crowds went wild. They waved palm branches and shouted, "Hosanna! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." Everyone was so excited to see Jesus. He was a teacher, a healer, a miracle worker. People had heard stories about him from all over the land. They believed he was the Messiah, the one who would save them. The atmosphere was electric. People pushed and shoved just to get a glimpse of Jesus. Children laughed and played, their faces full of wonder. You could feel the anticipation in the air. Something amazing was about to happen. Everyone could feel it. This was a moment they would never forget. Jesus, with a gentle smile on his face, rode through the city gates. His disciples walked beside him, their hearts filled with joy. They had been with Jesus for so long, witnessed so many miracles, but this was different. This felt like the start of something truly extraordinary. As Jesus rode towards the temple, the very heart of Jerusalem, the cheers of the crowd grew louder. The sound echoed off the stone walls, a powerful symphony of hope and expectation. This was a day for rejoicing, a day for celebrating the King who had come to his people. One evening, Jesus was having dinner at the house of his friends Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. Mary did something very special that night. She took a bottle of very expensive perfume and poured it on Jesus' feet. Then she wiped his feet with her hair. Can you imagine that? Some people at the dinner were upset. They thought it was a waste of expensive perfume. Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? They grumbled. But Jesus told them that Mary had done a beautiful thing. He said she had anointed him for his burial. See, Mary understood something that others didn't. She knew that Jesus wouldn't be with them for much longer. Her heart was filled with sadness, but also with love. She wanted to show Jesus how much he meant to her. This act of love and devotion filled the room with a powerful aroma. It was a sign of Mary's faith and her understanding of who Jesus truly was, the Son of God. Jesus always cared about the poor and needy. He taught his followers to do the same. One day, Jesus saw a poor widow putting a small coin into the temple treasury. It wasn't much, but it was all she had. Jesus pointed her out to his disciples. He said that the widow had given more than all the rich people who had given large amounts of money. Why? Because she gave out of her poverty, while the rich gave out of their abundance. It was a powerful lesson in generosity and compassion. Jesus wanted everyone to know that it's not about how much we give, but about the love in our hearts. He wanted us to care for those less fortunate than ourselves, to share what we have, and to show kindness to everyone. Now, not everyone was happy with Jesus and his growing popularity. The religious leaders in Jerusalem felt threatened. They were jealous of Jesus' power and influence. They worried that he would take away their authority. These leaders, especially the high priest Caiaphas, started plotting against Jesus. They even wanted to kill him. Can you believe that? They thought that by getting rid of Jesus, they could maintain their power and control. And it wasn't just Jesus they were worried about. Remember Lazarus, Mary, and Martha's brother? Well, Jesus had raised Lazarus from the dead. It was a miracle that everyone was talking about. But instead of believing in Jesus, the religious leaders were afraid. They worried that more people would follow Jesus if they saw his power. So they came up with a terrible plan. They decided to kill Lazarus too. They were consumed by fear and jealousy, blinded by their own desire for power. They couldn't see the truth about Jesus, even when it was right in front of their eyes.